Hi, I'm Daniela Bolaños Torres. I am the Political Advocacy Coordinator from the Costa Rican NGO CIPAC. CIPAC is an organization that has more than 23 years of experience and continuous work for LGBTQ plus population rights. We work from three fundamental areas: political advocacy, research, and human rights promotion. In the last 9 years, our work has focused particularly around the realities and issues that older LGBT adults face. We have developed different projects around this topic that is invisible in the aging and LGBTQ plus agendas, and that also represent challenges for the approaches regarding aging and old age. One of our aim goals with this project has been to work from a regional perspective, especially in Central America, because it's our region, but also because our political challenges and because we have norms, especially from the Interamericana human rights system, like the one of older adult human rights, that help us to promote the topic. Also, that is why we have done investigation in countries like Costa Rica, El Salvador, Panama, Honduras, and Guatemala, and right now we have a project in all of these countries plus Nicaragua. And as well, we have an initiative called American Alliance for the LGBT Older Adult Rights, which includes organizations from the Americas that are interested in the topic and doing actions around it. So through our work in different projects, we have identified that this topic is really hard to position it, even more because it implies to work in main concerning areas around LGBT plus aging, such as physical and mental health, including sexual health, support networks, access to employment and insurance, access to economical resources and stability among having a productive aging, the recognition of their existence, needs, and human rights in public decision and normative, the access to spaces to interact and socialize, and the recognition of their role as caregivers, and also the access to care from themselves in old age, among other important topics. In this context, it's important to highlight that we are working with SAGE from USA and Aspidh from El Salvador in the project Older Adult Advancing that is also developed in Filipinas and Nepal, and it's a project where our goal is to enforce and promote the leadership and participation of LGBT people from 50 years and older with activities of advocacy and human rights promotion, and also through building alliances and strengthening the topic inside of other LGBT organizations. It has not been easy, but thanks to the advances during the last year, this topic is more received and perceived as an important one. And I just want to highlight some data that in the last research, among other activities for this project, we have identified as concerning realities for Costa Rica and El Salvador. We made 101 interviews in Costa Rica and 76 in El Salvador. And we noticed that in Costa Rica, a 16.4% has an informal job and a 14.9% has not any kind of insurance. In El Salvador, a 16.1% do not have any kind of job, a 75% has not any kind of insurance, and a 60% have no permanent income. In Costa Rica, a 37.6%, and in El Salvador, a 40.8% of the people interviewed were caregivers of other older adults, especially of relatives. And in both countries, the access to health services is very limited, but it is also related to the fact that the people have not visited any health center in the last month, even when in Costa Rica, a 69.3% and in El Salvador, a 60.5% have a chronic disease. Also, there is a tendency to concentrate biggest fears according to the economic conditions. Trans women are in a deepest risk. The main concerns around aging in both countries are having enough money to live, to cover necessities, and not having support for care in old age. In Costa Rica was also mentioned that it's a fear to depend on others and not having housing options, and in El Salvador was a concerning the recognition of human rights as LGBT populations. Older LGBT adults are important and must be included in the aging agenda. Discrimination against this population has important effects in the livelihood and aging. We have learned also that this work certainly has not been easy for any NGO that address the topic, but we must work together and according to our context, sharing data and making advocacy in different areas. And I just want to close this intervention with a message from one of our older LGBT adults from Costa Rica.
Mi nombre es Marco Antonio Vega. Tengo el privilegio de formar parte del comité consultivo. En ese comité hemos venido trabajando arduamente en la construcción de esa política. Hemos completado documentos, hemos llenado encuestas, hemos tenido la participación también de hacer cursos de capacitación dirigidos a las personas interesadas en este tema. Es sumamente importante contar con una política que permita tanto al Estado como a la sociedad civil conocer cuáles son los derechos de las personas LGBTIQ+, adultos mayores. Hay una gran preocupación por el nivel de abandono que sufren las personas adultas mayores en general, pero en particular las personas de la diversidad sexual son personas que no tienen familia, son personas que no tienen hijos ni hijas, que probablemente ya no tengan hermanos porque ya murieron, por supuesto los papás ya se murieron, y no tienen nadie que les recoja. Entonces creo que es importante que este comité consultivo siga teniendo la fuerza que ha tenido hasta ahora para que podamos nosotros construir una política sana, clara, concisa, completa, que le dé los derechos, le reconozca los derechos a las personas adultas mayores LGBTIQ+.